Stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
Arti, up, hold and then go like this to the thali. Let me see how you're gonna hold the thali.
Lift it up.
Hey, you ready? Getting ready to live.
Lift it up higher, closer to the camera. Tilt it a little bit, and then you're gonna say, "This is haldi. This is lemon juice. This is tel. This is going live. Put into this." Okay, that's how you're gonna do it, Arti.
Okay, and this is going to be used later. So right now I need something where I'm going to
and then go like this to the thali. Let me see how
the
thali.
basin. So this is good.
Hi, everyone.
Getting ready to live.
Lift it up higher, closer to the camera. Tilt it a little bit, and then you're going to say, "This is haldi. This is lemon juice. This is tea. This is going live. Put into this." Okay, that's how you're going to do it, Arti.
Okay, and this is going to be used later. So need something to mix, right? Yeah, because right now this is what I need. These two things.
You are doing great, Arti. I'm very proud of you.
Let me know when we go live.
I'm going to put a little bit of music so it helps you stay calm a little bit. Just a little bit.
Okay, I can't hear anything. I can't see anything. It's very unnerving when you cannot see yourself. You know what I need to do?
Don't worry about anything. I am just looking and waiting for Shahid to send me the YouTube link so I know that other people are on.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going on the YouTube link.
Oh, it's YouTube, not Facebook.
Okay, I'm gonna go into it one more time.
So Neha, should I open Facebook Live or YouTube?
You don't need to do anything. I will go ahead and take care of that part. All you need to do is just cook and be fantastic just the way you are.
Okay, all right. So Neha, should I open Facebook Live or YouTube?
There's a lab thing. Sorry, what's that?
Oh, it's on YouTube live now. Okay.
Chef Arti.
Okay.
I'm going to mute this. So that can start.
I think we can start in about like 7:05 in about 4 minutes. How are you doing, Snehal? Are you okay? Are you feeling comfortable?
Yes, yes. I'll figure it out as she starts cooking. No worries.
So I cannot see who is on the chat, but as soon as they say something, I will be able to tell you, okay?
Yeah, okay. You can change the stick and length of the stick. Or if you want to take it out.
I think I'll just hold it in my hand. That's better.
Okay,
right?
you want to take it out?
Yeah.
I'm going to play the music a little bit, guys, just so it doesn't look boring.
That's nice music. This is all the changes we were making.
You look gorgeous. I like you in the red, Arti.
Thank you.
Can you hear the music? Arti?
Yeah, I can. It's really nice.
दिल दियां गल्लां करांगे नाल नाल बैठे I'm live, Dad. Thank you, Dad. Thank you. I'm eating. Thinking of the amazing food you're about to make.
I hope I'm able to complete everything.
Okay, so you have about 30 seconds to a minute, Arti, and we're gonna start. I'm so excited.
Yes.
Should I come more closer or is this okay?
I think it's okay.
Ready to start?
Yeah.
Okay, stop the music. We're ready to go now, girl.
Okay. Let me know when to start. If we have people online.
We have about 9 people. I think
nice.
it's good to start now.
Okay.
Unless you want to wait for a little bit more. Do you want to wait for a few more minutes?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, let me put the music back on.
Okay.
Let me relax you a little bit with the flute music that I like.
Thank you.
So you know I'm going to be coming over after this, right, Arti?
Yes. I have.
गट्टे की सब्जी खाने में आ रही हूँ फिर.
Bilkul. I look forward to it. जैसे ही laptop बंद हो, take out your car and come over.
Yes, that's what I'm going to do.
Yes.
45 minutes, huh? Just to come eat your food.
Perfect for dinner time.
I just came from work. I came from work and logged on.
Wow.
Okay, let's go. Ready to go.
All right.
Good luck.
Welcome, everybody. I'm excited to be here and a little bit nervous. So let's get started. Today, I will be making Gatte ki Sabji. It's a very traditional Rajasthani dish. So all you need is, there's no vegetables. It's just besan and yogurt, oil, and red chilies. So that is what Rajasthan is all about. So let's get started. I have 1 cup of besan.
Okay.
Then I'm just going to add salt, haldi, red chili, and coriander powder.
Very nice.
Coriander powder is really important. And it's not much, about 1/4 teaspoon of each.
Okay.
So salt, haldi, lal mirch. Then what I'm going to add extra is, this is fennel seeds, saunf.
Saunf.
Yeah. So I put a little bit of saunf, and this is ajwain. So I'm going to
about 1 teaspoon or half a teaspoon. Like how many?
This is like half a teaspoon of ajwain because it gives a really good flavor to the dish. It is also very good for digestion. So both saunf and ajwain are good for digestion. And any dish with besan, this is a must.
Okay.
Now this was my dry ingredients. Now I'm going to start adding the wet ingredients. Okay. For the wet, I have yogurt. So we'll add a little bit of yogurt, say about this much to start with.
So is that about 1 teaspoon or 2 teaspoons?
I would say about 1 teaspoon of yogurt.
Okay.
Then some oil.
Okay.
So this is just, I use olive oil for my cooking. So I'm going to take olive oil.
How many teaspoons are we using of the oil?
So I'm going to use as needed. So I'm starting off with about 1 teaspoon.
Okay.
Of oil. And then I'm going to put about 1 teaspoon of ghee. So I'm going to actually take like a light 1 teaspoon of ghee. Ghee makes it soft. So instead of using baking powder, baking soda, I'm going to use ghee. So everything goes in and I'm just going to start mixing.
Awesome.
So this should form like a soft dough.
Okay.
We are going to use very little water. So I'm going to keep water for the end.
Okay.
And I'll use probably like a few teaspoons of water.
Okay.
So making the dough is it might stick in your hands. So use oil as you need.
Okay.
So I'm putting oil and yogurt to start binding it.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'm going to take a pot of water and put it to boil. So what we are going to do is we will have to boil the gattas. So once we make the dough, we will have to boil it in water. So I have kept the water for boiling. Are there any questions, Neha?
No,
so
not so far. Hey guys, if you have any questions for Arti, please feel free to go ahead and type them on YouTube Live, as I am keeping track of any questions that anybody might have for the process that she just showed.
Are there any questions, Neha? No, so far?
Hey guys, if you have any questions for Arti, please feel free to go ahead and type them on YouTube Live, as I am keeping track of any questions that anybody might have for the process that she just showed. You're doing great, Arti. So how did you learn about this dish? Why don't you tell us a little bit of a background of how you learned about this dish? And
so this is something that my mom and my grandmother used to make. So okay. My mom back home, you know, she loves making gattas, and she would make this to go with rotis or with bati. So okay. Kahi and gattas, panchmel dal, which is basically like 5 dals. Okay. This is kind of like in the traditional thali. So any Rajasthan thali would have it. And gattas is like, it's a staple. So even in our homes on a daily basis, you know, we would just make gattas.
Very
after coming here, it's been a while since I made them. So okay. I had to call my mom to ask what she did.
You're like, mommy.
Mommy. Mom to my rescue.
Pony so looks so good already.
It's an easy dish, and you know there are many variations to it.
Okay.
When we come to the curry, some people make it with onion and tomato. Okay. But the main ingredient that goes in the gravy and in the making of the dough is yogurt.
Okay.
And if the yogurt is a little sour, all the more better.
Okay.
Because it's all about khatta and tikha.
Yes, my kind of food, girl, my kind of food.
So it's spicy and sour.
Nummy, it sounds amazing already.
Yeah, so my dough is done. I'm going to let it rest for 10 minutes.
Okay.
And there is one step that's very important. Now the ghee that we put inside, that has to mix very well in the dough. So what I'm going to do is, let's say it rested for 10 minutes. And then what you do is start pulling it. So start stretching it so that the ghee gets well incorporated in the dough. It is also going to make the dough very smooth and shiny.
Very nice.
So once you get the sheen to it, that means it's ready.
Okay. So we have a little bit of comments. Is that okay if I tell you them while you're
Yeah,
buying
sure.
the atta? Ruchi is saying, you are explaining really well, Arti. Boni is saying, amazed that just a few teaspoons made it bind so well. You're doing amazing.
Oh, thank you, Ruchi. You're always so generous. So you see how I'm pulling and stretching?
Mm-hmm.
And you can start seeing that, it's become very smooth and soft.
Okay. Yum.
And there's like a small sheen to it.
Lovely.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of oil in my hands and start shaping it into logs. So elongated logs. So you just take this and I kind of like roll it between my fingers and make a log like that.
Okay. Lovely.
I'm going to do the same thing with the other. And in the meantime, my water is boiling. So it has to be boiling, bubbly hot.
Okay.
Now that I have both the logs in place and my water is ready, what I'm going to do is slowly put this in the water. Now you have to be careful that, there's enough water so that it's going to submerge, and the temperature is really high. So the temperature of water has to be really high.
Okay.
It will take about 10 minutes for them to cook in the water.
Yum.
Once they cook, they are going to float on top of the water, and they will have bubbles on the skin. So right now the skin is really smooth, but once they are cooked, the skin is going to become bubbly. It will have bubbles on it. Okay. And it's going to float on top of the water. So this is how I'm putting it. So I'm taking it carefully and putting it in the water. Mm-hmm. I just want to make sure that the water is at a high temperature when I'm putting them.
Very nice. Looking great. Everyone is saying it's looking so good. Kavita wants to come to your place after this dish is done. Pushpa and Pony are saying it's already looking amazing and yummy.
So let me give you a beauty tip as well with this cooking. All the besan and ghee and yogurt that you had on your hands, it's good, very good for your skin. So it's a good cleanser and makes your skin soft.
Nice.
So right now my hands, they feel lovely. So the water that's boiling, I'm just going to cover it and leave it aside.
Okay.
Now I will come to making the curry.
Approximately how many minutes does it take for you to boil the gatta?
So this will be going on for about 10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay.
Yeah.
So 10 minutes to boil the gattas, guys.
Now, let me put the pan for the curry. And I'll tell you what goes inside the curry.
Okay, perfect.
So I'm heating the pan and I'll put some oil in because we are now going to saute onions and tomatoes.
One question, Arti, before you start that process.
Yeah.
Is there any way for you to enlarge your screen? Divya is asking. Divya Gupta.
Enlarge my screen.
थोड़ी सी छोटी आ रही है.
Do you think it's better now?
Divya, would you like to tell us if this is better? I'm waiting for her comment, so I think as soon as she comments, I will let you know. But let's get.
That's perfect because my pan is heating right now, and we have a few minutes. So now I'll take the oil. It's the same olive oil, and I'll put about a tablespoon.
What is that, Arti?
Sorry?
How many teaspoons of oil did you put in the pan?
It's a good 1 tablespoon because we have to saute onions. So I would say take a generous 1 tablespoon of oil.
Okay.
Now I have 1 onion finely chopped. So I took the onion. What I did is I sauteed it a little before because right now we have a little time constraint. But this is about 1 medium-sized onion.
1 second. Snehal, can we zoom in just a little bit, please?
Sure.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So this is onion. This is tomato. So 1 tomato, 1 onion.
Did you just
then I have ginger garlic paste. This is kasuri methi. Kasuri methi, dry methi leaves, and then red chilies.
Okay.
Now, one thing that we did is, you know, the gattas that are boiling, we have to save that water. So I have some of that water here because this is what is going to go in our curry.
Okay.
So once the gattas are boiled, let's check. So they are still at the bottom. They have not come up. So I'll leave them to boil. In the meantime, our pan is now heated. So I'm going to put the onions. So this is a finely chopped onion.
Nice. So oil, आपने डाला 1 tablespoon.
And actually, I forgot to put the hing and zira, but I can still do that because my oil is really hot. So I'm putting 1 teaspoon of zira and hing.
Awesome.
So hing is asafoetida. I use this one. So I just put like half a teaspoon of hing.
Okay.
Then I'm going to put the red chilies that we had. So these are the red chilies. They go in. Are you able to see the onions being sauteed?
Yes, I can see the bubblies and sizzlies and all that going on. I'm sure the aroma is amazing where you are.
Right. Yeah, onions frying is always a... So what I'm going to do, since I chopped it instead of blending, like you can also blend the onions and the ginger garlic paste.
So do you let the onions get little golden brown before you put anything else, or how is that process?
Yeah. So it's just a little brown.
Okay.
Before I put anything else.
Lovely.
Oh, be careful. So now I'm going to actually add some water because I put chopped onions and they have to sweat.
Okay.
Then in go the tomato.
So do you keep that on high heat or medium heat?
It's medium heat.
Okay.
Because I don't want onions or anything to burn. So it's medium heat right now.
Okay, perfect. That's awesome.
So again, the onions you can blend with like 2 pieces of green chili.
Uh-huh. Pony is saying
So,
she can almost smell it.
Sorry?
Pony is saying she can smell the aroma.
Oh, nice. So you see how it's getting golden and red already? We put, we put whole red chilies and we also put green chilies.
Very
so
good.
Now this is sauteing. In the meantime, what we are going to do is take yogurt. So about 1 cup or more of yogurt. If your yogurt is not sour, then you can take a little less, like 1 cup. But if it's not sour, then I would say take a little more.
So what is a little more? 1.5?
Like take half cup more.
Okay, half cup.
Yeah, so right now, this is a sour yogurt and it's about 1 cup. I think I should have taken a little more, like 1.5 cups. This is the cup size that I use.
Okay.
This is the cup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the masalas in the dahi. So again, salt.
You are doing fantastic.
So now salt, I'm putting the amount of, I'm going to put a little bit of salt directly in the masala too.
Okay.
And then a little bit like 1/4 teaspoon in the yogurt.
Okay.
Then in goes haldi, about half a teaspoon. So this is all like half teaspoon now. So again, half teaspoon of coriander powder. This is a fresh ground coriander powder. I grind it at home.
Very nice.
Same with like ginger garlic paste. If you make it at home, of course, the taste is
completely different.
Little different.
Yes.
This is red chili powder. So red chili powder. And you can put a generous dose of red chili powder, half a teaspoon.
मेरे लिए थोड़ा और डाल दो.
Then this is amchur. So again, like half a teaspoon of amchur because this we have the sour yogurt and then we are putting amchur.
Very nice.
I put a little bit of tomato to give it color and the sourness. One more thing that goes in is garam masala. So this is my garam masala, about 1 teaspoon.
Okay. So garam masala you can put a little bit more because everything else was half a teaspoon, but garam masala you put 1 teaspoon. Is that correct?
Garam masala I put 1 teaspoon.
आपने मिर्ची भी 1 teaspoon डाली थी.
And now I'm just going to mix this so that my masalas are not going to burn.
Okay.
And some water. I just put some water to, make a smooth consistency.
Yeah, of course.
Now, this is kasuri methi. Either you can put kasuri methi in the yogurt or you can put it directly. Okay. But if you put it directly, it's going to burn. So you have to be careful to put everything quickly. So I put it directly in the masala. And now I'm going to put the yogurt.
Very yummy.
Now, once you put the yogurt, you have to keep stirring. This is when, your hands should get tired. So you have to keep stirring, otherwise the yogurt might, it splits.
Okay. Divya has a really quick question. She's asking, which garam masala do you use?
I'll have to look up. I don't know which brand I got.
Okay.
I think I got it from Madras Groceries.
Okay.
I also sometimes make my own garam masala, but this time I'm using the store-bought one.
Okay.
I think it's Shakti. I think it's Shakti, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So you see, look at the color of the masala. Look at the color.
That's a beautiful color. Very nice.
So now it has become dry and it's leaving, the oil is leaving the side.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm now ready to put the gattas. Let me close this for a second. So I have some pre-made gattas. I'm just going to put it in the curry and I'll show you how the boiling gattas look like. So this is already boiled, cut, and fried.
Oh, so you fry them separately?
Yeah, I
So
fry them separately.
After you cut them, or do you fry the whole gatta first?
I cut them first. So you have to cut them first and then fry.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave this for some time to show you how our boiling gattas are doing.
Yeah, of course. So did you put the gas in medium heat, low heat? What is it?
The gas was at medium.
Uh-huh.
Right now I have closed it. So all the time you have to make sure that the water is boiling.
Nice.
So you see how and we have to save this water. And you can see the gattas have come out beautiful.
Yeah, that is very lovely, it looks.
So it's cooked and you see the bubbles around it.
Uh-huh.
So it's going to be nice and soft and all cooked. So I'm going to take this aside.
Divya says it looks good, Arti.
Oh, thank you. So see, by the time we did our curry, this is already boiled.
Nice. And Pony says looks yummy.
Good. So now I can let it cool for some time or just start cutting them.
So approximately when you make it, do you give the gatta a cool time, like a time frame, like 5 minutes or a few minutes?
5 minutes, yeah, because right now it's very hot to touch. So I'll give it a few minutes to kind of like cool down so that I can handle it enough that you are able to handle. And then I'm going to like lightly fry it. So what I do is,
oil? Do you deep fry it or do you lightly fry it?
I don't do deep fry. I put like enough oil that, it gets coated and covered and I'm able to fry.
Okay.
So like I would take this pan, put some oil and kind of lightly fry them first.
Achha.
So they are not like
until
totally
they're
brown
golden
or
brown,
fried.
or do you just fry? How do you fry them? Like, what is the base of frying them? Is it to make them a little bit more golden brown crisp?
No, not, yeah. So just lightly fry it because the purpose is it absorbs the curry and the masalas very well. So if it's a totally optional step. You can skip the frying and just cut and put it in the curry, or you can lightly fry it. If you lightly fry, then it absorbs the curry and the masalas very well.
Ah, got it. That's the trick.
Yeah. So it's totally up to you. So now I'm just going to like cut them this size.
So is it like a coin size? Like how are you? Can we see
one?
one?
Yeah, so it's also called take PhirSe ki sabji because, in olden times, this used to be the size of like the taka paisa. But don't ask me what value. But that is the stories we heard from our
Yes.
grandmother. So my grandmother, actually, she used to have those old coins and the, you know, the coins with the holes and copper. So she used to show us those when we were growing up.
Bonnie says she's totally going to try this recipe.
Okay.
She probably she probably wants to come to your house just like I do.
You're most welcome. Anybody, everybody, and whoever's watching, they are most welcome to come by. So see, this is what it looks like. And they are actually cooked. If I were to like take them and just eat it, that's totally fine.
Totally do that right now.
Yeah. There's also a variation that it's made in dry gravy. So something like this. It's dry right now. I haven't put any water.
Mm-hmm.
This is also a way to eat it.
Okay.
So these are the gatta. So like when I fry them, I just take enough oil that like half of it is submerged, and you know, I mean, it's just lightly fried.
Okay, that sounds like a amazing plan.
So at this stage and after frying, they are also ready to freeze. So I can actually freeze this batch and use it for later.
So when you freeze a batch, how do you freeze it? 1, 2, how long is it good for you to freeze? Like a week, 2 weeks, 5 days?
I think this should last longer. It should last about a month because it's besan, and after frying and everything, it's actually it's well preserved.
So would
So
it
should last you 2 weeks easy, 2 to 4 weeks.
So once you take it out of the freezer, would it crumble?
No, it would not. It would stay. It would keep its shape, and you can just put it in the curry.
Lovely. Krishna says veggie sausage.
Right. That is so true. So now I'm turning on the gas again. So like this is the dry version. It's good to eat like this. I'm going to make a gravy. So this is the water that we boil the gattas in. And I'm going to use that water.
All of it? Are you going to use all of it? How much water do you think approximately it is?
I think it's about 3 cups of water.
Acha.
2 cups, but I'm not going to use all of it.
No, don't hurt your, okay.
I'm taking 1 cup.
Okay.
I think I need some more because what happens, this is besan. Besan always absorbs the moisture.
Manji. Ji.
So I want to put a little more because once it's cooked, it's going to thicken. The gravy is going to thicken. So I'm going to take 1 more cup and see only this much is left. So I had about 2.5 cups. So I'm putting all of this 2 cups in the curry. And now I'll just let it boil.
So
about 5 minutes.
On what level of heat? Medium, high?
Right now it's high because I want to give it a boil first. And then I'll cover and keep it for another 5 minutes.
Lovely. Bonnie says that you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you. I'm glad that you are watching. You know, I wanted all of you to come this evening and watch this because I think this is something that all of us can make at home.
Yeah.
And you don't need much vegetables. You don't need anything much for it.
But it has the healthy portions too. Like it has onions, it has kasturi methi, it has the tomatoes. So it does have a little bit of, you know, some
right.
vegetables.
Yeah,
Completely
yes.
like
it
just,
does have some vegetables. And besan, you know, it is good for protein. And it's I'm forgetting. It's not wheat, right? So those who can gluten-free. So besan is actually gluten-free.
It is. That is very right. Very vegan. No,
So
it can't
this entire dish actually is gluten-free.
Acha.
I cannot say it's vegan because it has yogurt, but we covered one part of it. So you see how the curry is. Look at the color because of the yogurt, because of the dahi we put. Look at the color. And to make it a little reddish brown, I put tomatoes. So again, you can skip tomatoes if you want.
Okay. Abhinav says he agrees with Pony. This is unique and looks delicious.
Nice. So now it has boiled, and I'm just going to cover it and keep it for another 5 minutes or so.
Lovely.
So by the end of it, our curry should be ready.
Nice. Divya is on her way. So hopefully she has your address because she's coming for dinner, girl.
Yeah, just tell me, just come over. Is she on her way already? Yeah, it would be nice to, come over and because eating together, that's the best taste anybody can get.
Indeed.
Food always tastes better when we have people.
Yes, that is very, very true. Very, very true.
So what I'm going to do is, I had made some batis in the afternoon. So when I'm going to plate it, I'm going to plate it with homemade rotis and batis. So bati is very easy actually. When you make the roti dough, just take a ball and put it in the oven. So 425 degrees in the oven at 15 minutes on one side and 15 minutes on another side. So in 30 minutes, your batis will be done.
Okay.
Can we hear her? Can we hear Neha?
Yeah, you can hear me. When you said when you take one ball, तो मुझे हंसी आ गई.
Laddu size. Okay, I should say laddu. Take one laddu. So yeah, 30 minutes in the oven and it's done. Once they are done, there is a small step to it.
Okay.
What I do while it's still warm.
Okay.
You just take a paper towel or a cloth, put them like this, and just crush them slightly between your palms.
Okay.
So that's going to break them a little.
Okay. So
and this is what you want.
You just want the laddu to break a little bit, just have a little.
Yeah. And then what I do is I just put ghee on top. So traditionally, they are supposed to be dipped in ghee so that they can absorb it all the way inside. But for our health conscious people, I just put the ghee on top. So I have the batis ready.
So this is a Rajasthani dish, correct?
Correct, correct.
Okay.
If you have been to Jaipur and you have been to Chokidani, you know what I'm talking about.
I went to Jaipur a long, long time ago, and I did not have dal bati.
Traditional in Rajasthan. And this is rotis, so I made homemade rotis.
Very nice.
The screen's frozen.
Oh,
her screen.
Did my screen freeze?
Yes,
okay.
Your screen did freeze.
Okay, I'll give it a second to come back on.
It's a beautiful pose.
Are you able to see me now?
Can you see what's happening?
Yeah, it's okay. So look at the curry. It's all done. So it has thickened a little bit. And it has our beautiful red chilies.
That looks delish. Look really, really yummy.
So This has enough oil, so I'm not going to put tarka on top. But if you want, and that really changes the taste, is putting tarka on top. And the tarka would be...
Tarka so we can see for some of us that love like oil.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see the tarka, girl. Let's just all go out.
You want me to put the tarka? Okay.
Go all out today.
I have a pan.
So whenever I
put the tarka in ghee, because since we are going all out, let's do ghee.
Okay. So whenever I come to your house, Arti, or most of us that are on the live chat, I think this is what you're going to make for us. This is going to be a big request.
Absolutely. I would love to do that.
Yes.
Yeah. This is what you can expect from me now.
Yes. It looks amazing. So
but what I also expect is some of you to make it and, you know, surprise me.
Yes. I'll surprise you. Mirchi bahut sari dalungi main, khatta khatta.
So while the ghee is melting, what I'm going to do is put a very simple tarka, which is zira, hing zira.
Before you start with that, I wanted to ask, how many teaspoons of ghee did you put? That was big.
It was a good big dollop of ghee.
Was it 2 tablespoons?
No, like 1 teaspoon. I would say like, I took 1 full teaspoon of this.
Okay.
Like, you know, a heat teaspoon.
Hanji.
So to this, I'm adding zira, like about 1 teaspoon of zira.
Lovely.
And then I'll put some hing.
I love the flavor of hing, like really.
So yeah, hing really brings out the flavors.
It really does.
I'm not putting a lot, like, you know, 1/4 teaspoon, I would say.
That's a good amount.
And then once this is done, once the zira is done, then I'll put the red chili powder.
Very nice. Or
Another... Huh?
Or Mitch Daloge.
Or
Mitch Daloge.
Yes. Dhua niklega kaan se, muh se. What I can do is I can put the, you know, you can put Kashmiri lal mirch so that it's going to give the color but not the heat. So I don't have Kashmiri lal mirch, but if you do, then go ahead and put that. I'm going to put enough to just give the color. Red chili. You can also put the khada lal mirch, the whole red chili. If you, yeah, so that also gives a very good flavor to it. But I think we have enough in that already.
Okay.
So I'm not going to.
So what if you want to put green chili? Like I love mirchi. So if you want to put green chilies, does that go with this dish or no? It's a big fat no.
Sorry, which chili?
Green chili, like serrano or.
Oh yeah, green chili. You can cut it in. You can cut small slits of green chili and you know decorate it on top. Yeah. So when I'm garnishing, I can put the green chilies, and I can put the cilantro.
Okay. Very, very nice.
Yeah. So this is done, and I'll just be careful. So it's sizzling right now. So I make my own ghee from Costco butter. I'm sure many of you do that.
Yes, there is a lot of us that do that.
Yes. So the flavor is, it's really flavorful.
Yeah. Yum.
So now you can see what it looks like with the nice tarka on top.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good. That looks so good. And it's still sizzling.
It's still sizzling.
Looks yummy.
So now we are ready to plate. How are we doing on time, Neha?
We're doing good. You're doing good.
Okay. Any questions that are coming in?
Anyone, if you have any questions, this is the right time to ask. I did ask a lot of questions in between, but I'm sure I missed a lot of things. So if anybody has any questions, this would be the right time. And I'm so hungry. Oh my goodness. I just got home and this looks delicious. And
oh my, Neha, just pick up your car and come over. So for a moment, actually, I'm going to take out the rotis.
Okay.
And I have some salad. So it's always a good idea to have salad with this, since we didn't put much veggies in it.
Pony says totally mouth-watering. David says totally amazing, Arti, and yum.
Nice.
Krishna says, how many of us can come now? Because I'm driving. I'm still in my work clothes. I'm gonna open my car after this.
So it's your job to find out for the San Mateo County how many people can come. I would want everybody to come. So
let's just ask you, where is Arti's house?
Oh, I'm in South San Francisco.
So what did you use as lettuce? Lettuce tha ye kya? Kya tha wo?
I had, so you can put like kheera, but what I took is I had zucchini, so I put zucchini and I put some green cabbage.
Yum.
So this is cabbage, zucchini, and tomatoes.
Yummy.
And I can put some kali mirch on it, some pepper, black pepper.
मैं स्क्रीन में हूँ ना, इसलिए आपको मिर्ची याद आ रही है.
मतलब मिर्ची में कमी नहीं होनी चाहिए, right? और कुछ भी कर लो, but mirchi has to be there.
Yeah,
and I didn't cut a lemon, but you know, putting a lemon would be nice because khatta and mirchi is what we are about.
Abhinav says San Mateo County allows 10 people. I will show you soon.
And Abhinav, yeah, so he has already reserved his place. So this is what it is.
Looks so yummy. Sneha, do you want to zoom in on the plate? Just, yeah, perfect. Looks really, really amazingly scrumptious. Yum. Very, very nice.
Thank you, Sneha. I have my very beautiful and very helpful housemate here.
Do you want to take a bite for us?
Sorry?
Do you want to take one bite for us?
Oh.
I want to see how you eat it with the gatta. Or with the laddu.
I have not heated the batis. I should have heated them. But yeah.
Abhinav says thank you, Arti. Pony says wow.
So yeah, that is it. I hope you find it easy enough and make it, because it is something that's different than what we do otherwise.
That's amazing. Yum. It looks delicious. Thank you for taking the time to show us this amazing recipe and giving us a backstory of how you learned it and where you came from. So it's very, very amazing. I mean, I would love to come and have some soon.
I will keep some for you and make it fresh whenever you come.
Yes, so, yeah, that's what I expect.
Please plan to come. Yeah, everybody is invited.
Yes.
And thank you so much for watching.
Ruchi says, thank you so much for making the Gatta Sabji.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night.
Don't be surprised when you show up at your doorstep.
Oh, I hear the bell.
You never know with me.
Yes.
Pony says, thank you, Arti. And she's giving you lots of hearts.
Oh, thank you so much. And anytime if you're making and you want to give me a call or you have any questions, just let me know. I'll be happy to guide.
Awesome. Thank you. Have a good night. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for participating on the live YouTube. Night. I'm going to sign off.
Okay, bye.